friends. This is Mrs. Miller. Thank you so much for joining me today. Just last week, I received a comment from Maram Saish 2290 asking for an I love you story. So I thought this book is the perfect I love you story. This book is called I Am Love, a book of compassion, and it's by Susan Verde. The art or illustrations are by Peter H. Reynolds. Now, have you ever heard that word compassion before? Give me a thumbs up if you have, a thumbs down if you haven't, and a thumbs sideways if you're not sure. Well, we'll be talking about what that word compassion means. We'll talk about that more at the end of the story. But right now, what I would like you to know is that showing compassion is one way to show love to others. So we will talk more about what that means, and we'll also be talking about different ways that we can show love and compassion. So as we read this story, I want you to notice all of the different ways that we can show love and compassion for others. I hope you enjoy this book. I Am Love, a book of compassion. The dedication says, "This book is my love letter to the world, as each one of us is worthy of love in all its forms and expressions, and we are all capable of adding light to the world when we listen to our hearts and choose love." When I see someone going through a storm of hurt and unfairness, of anger and sadness, when the sun disappears and the skies grow dark, and I see there is fear, I ask myself, what can I do to help let the light back in? I put my hands on my heart and listen, and that is where I find the answer. I have compassion. I act with tenderness. I am love. I can listen and not say a word. I can be there. Love is being present. I can hug and hold and say, everything will be all right. Love is comfort. I can speak softly and choose my words and actions carefully. Love is gentle. I can give thanks for all I have and am able to share. Love is gratitude. I can keep my mind and body safe and healthy. Love is taking care of me. I can express what's important to me. Love is creative. I can know that no one is perfect. Love is understanding. I can do my best to make things better when something is wrong. Love is effort. I can celebrate those I've loved before. Love is remembering. I can find goodness in a kind word, a helping hand, or a shared smile. Love is tiny gestures. I can breathe in the air that the whole world shares And no, all creatures are made from the very same stardust. Love is connection. When the clouds roll in, for others and for me, I know now there is something I can do. I can let my heart lead the way. I am love. You are love. We are love. And with love, we will weather the storm and light up the sky together. Now, after reading that book, what new ideas do you have about the word compassion? This book talks all about love and it shows ways to show love through compassion. Compassion for others and compassion for ourselves. So, can you please whisper into your hands what you think that word compassion means? Ready, set, share. Compassion, concern, caring for others. It's a way to show love to others. Eyes on me in 1, 2, 3. So I'm wondering if you were thinking what I was thinking. I'm thinking that the word compassion means to show concern or care for others. It's another way that we can show love. And there are many, many ways for us to show compassion and love to others. Could you please list as many ways as you can think of across your fingers? Now, the examples that you come up with, they could be examples from this book, but they could also be your own examples that you come up with. What things can you think of? What are some ways that you could show kindness, compassion, and love to others? Ready, set, share. Stop, look, and listen. So, how many different examples did you come up with of ways that you can show love and compassion to others? I came up with 7. Would you hold up on your fingers how many examples you came up with? Wow, that's great. We have some very kind and compassionate friends with us today. So, I'm going to share with you some examples that I came up with. Some are examples from this wonderful book, and some are examples that I came up with just on my own. So, one thing that I learned from the book and that I try to do as much as possible is we can help others when they need our help. But sometimes helping is not what someone needs. Sometimes someone needs a friend to just listen to them. So, something else that this book talks about is that one way to show love to others is to listen to them. Like if your friend is upset about something, maybe that friend just needs to talk about what's upsetting them and how they're feeling. And that's one great way that you can show love and compassion to that friend by just listening to what they have to say. That often can make people feel better. Something else, and this is something I do all the time, is you can offer a hug. You could say, "Oh, it seems like you need a hug. Could I give you a hug?" A hug can make someone feel better sometimes. And we always want to choose our words carefully and only use words that are kind. Another example that I thought of using kind words, it made me think, one way to show love towards others is to tell them the things that we appreciate about them. Tell them the things that we love about them. That can help them to feel really, really good. And just showing gratitude in general, saying thank you when someone does something nice for you. And then, something else that I wanted to talk about that this book discusses is showing compassion to yourself. Because, when we are kind to ourselves, it's much easier for us to be kind to others because we feel better. So, what are some ways that we could show compassion to ourselves? Well, we can work on keeping our bodies and our minds healthy. How can we do that? Let's see. What are some ways to keep our body and our mind healthy? We could eat good, healthy, nutritious foods, lots of fruits and vegetables. We could also make sure that we move our bodies. That helps our body feel good and our mind feel good. We can exercise, we can dance, we can run, we can play sports. All of those things are so great for our own minds and bodies. So I hope that you walk away today after listening to this wonderful story. I hope that you walk away feeling inspired to try out some new ways to show love and compassion to others and love and compassion to yourself. Thank you again for joining me. And if you enjoyed this story, please remember to like and subscribe to hear more from me. Thanks so much. Bye bye.